So, you're seated in a room with friends, but everyone's on their phones. You're technically all together, but it feels hollow. It's as though we're in this little bubble, surrounded by people, but we feel totally alone. Now, a few weeks back, my friends and I decided to go to a concert. We'd agreed that we would leave our phones behind so that we can just be in the moment and just enjoy. But out of my 6 friends, I was the only one who left my phone behind. Now, we're at the concert, dancing and enjoying the music, and the next minute, everyone takes out their phones and starts recording. And I mean everyone, standing still. And at that very moment, I wondered, how? How we live in a world where we're so connected through our phones, social media, messaging apps, but despite all this connectivity, we're isolated and alone. Technology. Don't get me wrong. I'm not here to bash technology. It has incredible benefits that allows us to connect across distances and learn. However, if you're being honest, it can be addictive and makes us lazy. Let's talk about social media for a second. We scroll through people's stories and posts, seeing people living amazing lives, but at times, if you're being real, it feels like you're on the outside looking in. And it's easy to forget that these posts are merely just filtered versions of someone else's life. When discussing this connection, it's not about physical isolation, but about emotional and mental isolation too. It's the feeling of having hundreds, maybe even thousands of friends online, but still feeling alone and like there's no one you can talk to. The whole year 13 class in my school, we were privileged to have a service trip in Kajiado, Kenya. And while we were there for 7 days straight, we had no access to technology. And around day 2 or 3, everyone was just tired and done. And it was as though my classmates were going through withdrawals of not having any devices. But by day 5, everyone had already adapted. And as a year group, we had gotten way closer and we were just able to connect. Would any of you imagine where this beautiful flower is from? Well, right outside this very auditorium. It would be one of the first things you would notice when coming in, but if you weren't able to notice it, it shows how disconnected you may be. How about the sculpted men all around the school, or the big bluebell tree in the secondary quad? Once again, if you're not able to identify any of this, it shows how disconnected you may be. And that's why I encourage every single one of you to take times where you just go outside and just take walks. Enjoy nature, observe the surrounding around you, and appreciate it. Focusing on the new horizon. And to cure this epidemic, we need to come together and start listening without distractions, putting away your gadgets, just come together and connect. So, as Robin Williams once said, I used to think the worst thing in life was to end up alone, but the worst thing in life is to end up with people who make you completely feel alone. Thank you.